Today, we're going to share with you some brand and product information to help you become the Sento Milano expert. Sento Milano design, quality, and manufacturing. The Sento Milano creative process starts about 1.5 years before you see anything in your store. And that's because it's so important for us to be able to anticipate and look for those fashion trends, but also allow time to create the products with the quality that we need. So, Sento Milano will capture an overall feeling in the marketplace. We're going to be looking at the internet, we're going to be reading magazines, we're going to go to fashion and jewelry fairs, we're traveling all over, we're doing market visits, and of course, we're shopping. And although the brand name says Sento Milano, Italy, Sento deals with worldwide fashion influences: Paris, New York, Tokyo, and London. And we frankly don't know what will be our next mood when we start. We illustrate the next collection's inspiration in many different styles and colors. So we're going to be out there searching the market and come up with that next mood. We're going to follow the fashion cycle. We'll create 2 collections every year: spring, summer, and autumn, winter. And for every collection, we will share with you that mood. And through all of our marketing materials, we will be able to convey what the mood of that collection is. Each theme will express a feeling and a different emotion that will be translated into our exclusive jewelry styling. Our production, we've discussed this before. I'm going to tell you about it again. We treat every piece of jewelry as if it were a gold or platinum piece. We use we use mold making just like a gold piece. We use wax molds, and we do all hand setting. We use sterling silver. All of our jewelry is 925. And then we rhodium plate everything. And rhodium is a rare silvery white hard metal. It's part of the platinum group, and it has a very high reflectance. So all Sento jewelry is rhodium plated, and that also helps to minimize tarnishing, which has been a concern of some of the people on silver. Hallmarking. Hallmarking is a way to identify Sento Milano and their brand stamp on each individual piece. The brand hallmark is shown on the pieces. The hallmark is stamped into the metal, and that certifies that we meet certain information or standards. The UK has the highest and most stringent mandatory hallmarking, and we apply by all of those. The hallmark for sterling silver is, of course, 925. And any Sento Milano jewelry that weighs more than 7.78 grams are pre-hallmarked in the factory. Sento Milano setting techniques. Many of these techniques that we're going to discuss today, you're already familiar with because you utilize them all in fine jewelry. Remember, we use fine jewelry craftsmanship. So let's talk about pavé. Pavé, of course, is setting stones adjacent to each other so that the entire surface is covered by small stones. This provides a uniform and glittering piece. It's very fashionable in rings right now. Ours are set by hand by setters trained in diamond setting. Remember, there's no glue. Rub over. This technique involves setting stones into a band, and the stone is held in place by a collar of silver. Claw or prong. This is, of course, the most common method that can be found in solitaire engagement rings. The stone is held in place by small claws. Rounded into the shape of a bead, the claws are bent over and shaped, holding the stone in place. Bezel or closed set. This method embraces a stone and holds it securely in place. It is one of the oldest setting techniques, but remains an excellent method to protect both the girdle and the pavilion of a stone from chips and scratches. CZs. CZ is a beautiful man-made stone that's the best and most reliable substitute for a diamond. The CZ has physical and optical properties very close to a diamond. It has a hardness of 8.5 on the Mohs scale, which is very close to a real diamond, which is 10. The sparkling effect is very similar to a diamond, and it has great fire. Like diamonds, CZs have different grades, and of course we're using only the best, grade A or AAA. Shell pearl. All of our pearls are made of shell pearls, which are a natural stone. A large pearl is cut into strips and then into cubes. The cubes are then rumble-tumbled to make them round, and they're painted with a pearlescent color in our classic and trend shades. We advise that you and all of your customers treat the shell pearl exactly as you would a precious pearl. We use many additional methods that are trend right and right for our collections. Nylon is warm, light, hard wearing, and gives us a breadth of color possibilities. Leather, which is very much on trend. We use Italian leather, back to our European heritage. It is well tested, well finished, and very fashionable. We utilize synthetic stones. There is no limit to colors, looks, or finishes, and we get a high consistency of quality. And we utilize enamel. In utilizing enamel, we make sure it's twice baked for hard wearing, and we get fabulous colors. We use many different cuts of stones, much the same as your fashion jewelry lines and your fine jewelry lines. We use fancy cuts based on some of what's happening in the fashion world. We also have pear shapes, hearts, cabochons, princess cuts, squared cushion, round, and brilliant. Now for some styling ideas. 95% of Sento Milano pendants are going to be sold when added to a chain or necklace. Again, we should take those pendants off that cord and utilize them on some kind of a chain. For a dressier, glitzier look, you can trade out the plain clip ring for a pave set one, or you can use a pendant on a bracelet, or sometimes put two pendants together. Sento Milano pendants can be worn on silver chains. You can wear multiple pendants together. You can mix and match many different looks, shapes, colors, matching the pendants with the earrings and your rings. You can stack rings together, stack your bangles and bracelets together, and change out earring charms and hoops, which all look great. All of these combinations will bring you extra sales. We've spoken earlier about the top 60 items out of the 800 SKUs that we offer. They contribute 40% of total dollar sales. All of those items are shown in your master catalog and also at the appendix to this presentation. We encourage you to always maintain adequate stock on those so you can keep your sales on with Sento. There's a quick quiz. What is mix and match? Of course, this is an easy one. Can you give us two of our unique selling proposition? Sento Milano introduces how many collections per year? How many jewelry segments do we have? And what are they? And how many bestsellers does Sento Milano have? I recommend that you work on those and go back and search through to make sure that you have the correct answers. Here's our appendix. necklace and chain lengths, stretchy bracelet sizes, and of course, the top 60. Rings, bracelets, necklaces and chains, earrings and earring charms. Thanks so much. We hope that you have a fabulous season with the Sento Milano.